Broadcasting from Silicon Valley, California, this is Conversations with Jennylyn.
Thank you for watching Conversations with Jennylyn. Wherever you are in the world today, I thank you for continuing to watch the segments that I bring you. Today, I have two fascinating people to share with you. One is no stranger to Conversations with Jennylyn. Her name is Sharon Rea, and I've interviewed her twice. Today, we are joined by her business partner in Pakistan, and his name is Ayaz. And I thank you so much, Ayaz, for taking time. What time is it in Pakistan?
Thank you so much, Jennylyn. It's 8 p.m. on the dot. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for allowing me to cut into your sleep. And Sharon, welcome to Conversations with Jennylyn again.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
It's good to see you, and I'm grateful to you for taking time to come on my show again. Today, I wanted to introduce one of the big things that you are doing to change the world. And I call it that because you're doing so many. But I want to share it with the world because you're making changes in the world for the better. And that is part of why I do this show, to highlight what people like you are doing to hopefully inspire and encourage others. So would you please tell us today about this new venture and the part that Ayaz is playing in it?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you the story of how it started and where both Ayaz and I fit in. So Ayaz will take over for one part, which he is totally in charge of. In August of this year, I was involved in a business network. An amazing network, made amazing friends. And out of that network grew amazing collaborations. However, there were some issues within that network, not with the people, but just the way it was set up. And I will never run that network down because they gave me the opportunity to be where I am right now. In fact, their owner, he actually empowered me to walk through the door called success. So we go on to, I was trying to figure out how things could change. I was trying to figure out what would happen if things did change. And I'm looking at the power of business people, and I'm looking at the power that they have to create change and create change for the better. But these people need to be united in that goal. But how many billions of businesses do you have worldwide? How many millions of people do you want that want to start up their own projects? So I sat down and looked at it and I went, right, okay. When I started back to work first, I was uneducated in the ways of modern business. I was educated in the ways of business and the corporate world up until a number of years ago. Those principles haven't changed, but the way we do business has. It's a lot more technologically advanced than what it was. And then I looked and then I realized that the world is without borders. There is no borders anymore. And then I looked at different countries right across the world, from countries that are supposedly advanced to what are called developing countries. And then I realized that all countries are developing, but they're developing at a different pace. So what I done then was I went, right, okay, what did I need starting back out in business? What did I need as a person that had a dream, but didn't know really how to attain that dream? Now, I have a master's practitioner certification in neurolinguistic programming, which is using words to reprogram the brain. But yet, even though I've been trained to stand up in front of people and speak on any topic at any given time, at any moment in time, when I came to talk about my own business, I froze. So that was the first thing. So it was a case of, right, okay, how do we address that? So that's confidence. That's confidence to be able to stand up behind your own business and talk about your passion, why you're there. And then you realize that you've only got 3 seconds to get somebody's attention. If you don't get that person's attention in 3 seconds, you've lost them. That's how fast-paced the world is moving these days. Then I realized I've got to stand up and speak about what I like and what I love. But instead of speaking about a topic that someone gives me, this is a topic about my baby, which is my business. And a business is very like a baby when you actually start it off first. It actually needs the same amount of love, care, and attention that you give a baby. And then I realized that it's one of the loneliest places in the world, because you lock yourself into a room and you work your off to actually get there. And everybody tells you, start off with a business plan. Yes, business plans are great, but no plan survives first contact with the enemy. None whatsoever. Then we go to...
What do you consider the enemy? So for people watching this, so they have clarity on exactly what you're saying.
Okay, that's a phrase from war and from strategy from generals and stuff like that. But what the enemy to me would be, right, okay, in my business plan, I have in the first month, I'm going to get 2 clients. In the second month, I'm going to get 4 clients. And then you realize, hang on a second, I'm relatively unknown. So even though I've been extremely well known by word of mouth, I'm not well known on the web. So this is a whole new world. So then you have to change your plans, goals, and then you realize that things are different. So that's what I mean by the enemy, because it's been realistic expectations. Then we went on to the next bit. Then I went on to the next bit of, I need information. I need to know what's out there for me. I need to know where my ideal client hangs out. I need to figure out branding. I need to figure out what image I want to portray. Who do I want to be portrayed as? What professional brand do I want to give across? And then you start to go back to the basic principle of sales, which is you will only buy from people you know, like, and trust. You will only go to a store that you know, like, and trust, or you have been recommended to that store by a friend. So that's what the basics of business networking is about. So then it was a case of, right, okay, so you've got all this money coming into this business network. And I have, for a long time, wanted to create change. I have wanted to lift people up rather than put people down. I have wanted to create an awareness of mental health issues, physical issues, and yeah, I'll go there, spirituality, energy. And I wanted people to realize that you have to work holistically in order to be a success. You can't work any other way. You have to be whole. And so then I came up with the slogan, education plus information equals empowerment. And that to me resonated with me. So then when we came to, I say we because I'm now so used to saying I as a we. When I came to, when was it? Then I realized, hang on a minute, if I'm getting this money in subscriptions and I'm going to be showing countries all over the world how to create businesses, how to create change for themselves in their own lives and in the lives of their families, why can't we take it a step further and create an income into charities? Because due to the global pandemic, charities have lost a lot of their funding. But again, I wanted it to be focused on education plus information equals empowerment. Because I kept hearing the thing, give a man a fish, he eats for the day. Teach a man to fish and he feeds his village. So that's the premise that I was working on. And so that's where the charitable arm came. I then met along the way a number of people who shared my passion. And then I heard some stories. And so my experience is corporate. My experience is dealing with people's mentality. So I've got my corporate experience, which took me to international contracts director of multi-million-pound contracts at a very young age. It took me to board level. It took me to owning my own companies. My own companies caused me to move countries. And I realized that you have to fail to succeed. And the lessons that I learned was you have to surround yourself with people that believe in the vision that you have. Because without those people, it doesn't work. So I was looking at a launch date of November, but then we've done 3 international empowerment days. So currently it's ready to launch in the United States, in Canada, Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria, UK, Ireland, Pakistan, India. So as I say, I can work with anybody to help them develop their business experience, but I can also work with them to develop their own mental strength and holistic strength to ensure that they don't reach burnout. So it's going to be done in a number of ways. One is that anybody, anywhere in the world can pay to attend a meeting. The website, when it's launched in the first week in January, you just literally click on the country that you want to attend the meeting at, and you're automatically taken through the process, issued with your ticket, and there is a Zoom link sent out an hour beforehand. With that, there's an old saying, no man, no fun. So you have to pay for it. So that means that anybody, any business, anywhere in the world can jump in on a meeting. So they will learn the value of networking. We then have the next stage, which is subscriptions. And it's during that subscription phase, that's where the change really happens, because I'm talking to you guys, so we're working in dollars. So we're talking $50 a month, or $600 for 13 months. So you get the extra month free. On top of that, you will then gain access to a closed group. So in that closed group, 5 days a week, you will get coaching from me. So you will get coaching from me or a member of my team, but it'll normally be from me, but it could be delivered through a member of my team, depending on what I'm doing. So 1 week, it will be, right, now that you've started your business and you're looking at a blank wall because your business plan isn't working, or you're 2 weeks into the new year and your goals for the new year have already been scuppered due to issues with COVID, issues with global recession, etc., etc. What do you do? So there will be an event created every day so that people can go back and look at these events long term. And so it'll be, right, you need to make a plan. But I don't want you to make a plan for the week today. I want you to make a plan for today. And I want you to do say one thing that you're going to achieve that day. And I'm going to want you to pick somebody in the group that can hold you accountable for that to make sure you achieve. And by the end of the week, they will be achieving their plans and goals.
Great.
That's good. Then the second week, it'll be the one thing that a lot of business owners, and this network isn't just limited to business owners. I'm including all professions. We are inclusive, not exclusive. I don't care whether you're a plumber, a carpenter, an electrician, an oven cleaner, own a cleaning company, or want to set up a cleaning company. I don't care what and who you are, but you're entitled to be there. It's inclusive. Then,
Sharon, I'm just letting you know, we're only down to 10 minutes.
Sorry.
No, it's okay, and I want to make sure that Ayaz gets the...
Yeah, so anyway, very basically, the following week, it'll be on personal. Once a month, then you will get a webinar, which will help with your continuous personal development and professional development. And at that point, you have the percentage of the subscription going to the empowerment arm, which is Ayaz's arm. And
so would you tell us what role Ayaz is playing in the company? Because you haven't told us that yet.
Okay, Ayaz is my full partner in the company. He is the director, the same as I am. There is no difference between us. The only difference is that Ayaz is utilizing his huge, enormous range of skills on the development of empowerment projects to do that and to ensure that people don't, basically, that's Ayaz's baby, yeah. We work together, but we also are able to work separately because I trust him implicitly. And I know that he shares the same vision. And because he shares the same vision, then I know that nothing is going to happen to the dream that started with me in August. So he is the actual international development director for the empowerment and all of that side of things.
So Ayaz, do you want to tell us how you're planning to make a difference and help Sharon to accomplish this big dream of hers that I think is going to be great?
Thank you, Jennylyn, and thank you, Sharon, for your very kind introduction. And we share this passion, and the reason why I am here and why we have joined hands is the common cause. And like people would ask why this networking, the world is already networking, why this idea of having a platform for that, like people are doing business since the day one, since the days of barter trading, since the days of Silk Route. So they were the contacts. People were doing it since the beginning of the civilization, right? So yeah, what makes us different is like is actually the empowerment. Doing business is not getting to get yourself rich, but to get yourself empowered. What you do with the money, and you still be poor mentally, or you're not contributing to others, right? Like I don't believe in concept of richness as being a richness limited to one point, and there is no poverty because of the lack of resources. It's just the way we think the things are working, but like they are not working like that. So taking the opportunity of this idea of empowering and changing businesses is to like is giving them that opportunity or window to actually connect their businesses with whatever networks they wish to connect. Like as I was saying in one of our meetings with African counterparts, was like cultural products from Africa. If somebody in Asia and someone in Americas and Europe is interested in some cultural products from Africa, that is their specialty. So how the businessmen from Africa can be contacted for certain cultural products that are like, we can create a demand. The demand is already there, but there's no access. So like we actually want to break that barrier. So like that is the change for the person who's local and Africa, for example, but change is in his life. But then, okay, like the businesses have been working, charities have been working, but then there's not major change in this world. Charities are for the sake of the charities, you know, for the empowerment. So like what we thought is charity also is for change, for skill development. Actually, as Sharon gave the example of teaching a man how to fish is important. So not to make people dependent, but to make not even independent, but interdependent. So like interdependence is the idea where we can actually complement each other's skills, each other's abilities. And yes, the thing that we have thought about where this charity should go, and we had certain ideas that we discussed that it should reach to the people who are unreached, to reach to the people who are disabled. Actually, I hate this word. I don't want this word to be in dictionary anymore in this these times of awareness and consciousness. What is disability and what is ability? This world has been into wars. We were in 2 world wars, and this was ability. And there's so many resources in this world today, and people are dying of hunger. Is this ability? So it's actually the ability's disability to think of that disability. So we have multiple abilities. So we have to see things from that perspective, that ability should not, a certain ability should call in another ability as a disability. So we are all into this together. So like this consciousness, we should be as all able, multiply able to complement each other. So like that is the cause where actually the change can make and change the way we make in the people who are into the charities, even to like not to give it with the upper hand, not to give, they give to give equal, to get to receive and to empower people to go and set that ball rolling on. So yeah, actually that was the idea behind all this change that we actually wanted to create. So
And how do you see this happening?
Yeah, this is already happening. We are like wonderfully meeting so many wonderful people from different parts of the world. So like an idea just that blinks in and then it creates its own momentum. So momentum is being created. So yeah, we all have our experiences. You, Jennylyn, you have your specific experience. Sharon has hers, and I have my own. Like I have worked in development sector for 18 years, out of which 10 years I spent with UN, and I was their representative in province of Sindh in Pakistan. So I worked with United Nations itself, and they're one of its agency that is UNESCO. That was for the education, culture, and science. And we created, actually used culture as a change agent for empowering people, for bringing new livelihoods through culture. So like that entire experience that already we have, that is the threshold, and we actually have those contacts. Like I have worked internationally as well. So yeah, we have been, the context and the new contexts are building up. So like this idea is just generating its own momentum. So yeah, the sky is the limit. So
I'm excited for both you and Sharon. I mean, Sharon has been on my show a few times, and I just love her energy. I get the feeling from her that when she puts her mind to something, consider it done. And like every business, you know, or anything you do in your life, sometimes there are unforeseen circumstances, and we're out of time, but we're going to keep going. Things that happen that you don't predict, that can either encourage you to just come with more drive and conquer, or discourage people. But what I've noticed with Sharon is nothing discourages her, and I like that. So I'd like to compliment you on choosing to work with her, because I think you have just connected yourself with a bombshell. And I believe that this business will be a huge success. I am so happy that I have the opportunity to share your business with the world, because my show is global, and I'm hoping that people watching it will somehow benefit from what the two of you are doing. I really like the aspect of charities. So many people start companies and it's all about them and their growth and their pockets. And I like it when somebody is doing something to make money, but also want to share it with the less privileged. Can you imagine if every business owner did this? Maybe some of them are, but if everyone did this, we'd probably have less hungry people. So Sharon, since we're out of time, well, before I let you go, Ayaz, what do you want to leave with my viewers before I turn the interview over to Sharon for the same?
I'll thank you so much, Jennylyn, for your time and like this access to your viewers. And yeah, I'm so grateful for your time, for listening to us. And then we will have opportunities in future as well to be talking, actually working. And then like we're not just talking, but our work will speak. So we think done. So it will be done. So thank you so much.
Well, I want you to know, as the two of you start accomplishing these goals that you have set for yourself, and like I said, you're working with the best person. So I know you're going to be having a lot of success. I will invite the both of you back to share with my viewers how you're accomplishing all that you have set out to.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ayaz. And I will just go back to Sharon really quick before we wrap. Sharon, what do you want to leave with my viewers before we wrap this interview up?
All I'm going to say is it doesn't matter how ill-equipped you think you are, how ill-educated you think you are. You can do it. You can achieve it. And that is what this business network is about. It's about helping you achieve your dreams, goals, but it's also about telling you to take away the limits on your dreams, because we only limit ourselves by putting limits on our dreams. You can achieve whatever you wish, as long as you work holistically, and you take care of yourself, and you take care of your business as it was a living person. And both Ayaz and I, and the team that we are building around us, will help each and every one of you do that.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, for the privilege of sharing this fascinating journey that you're both setting out on to help other people and to grow business and to help charities. And I want to keep saying that because I love that aspect of your business. And I thank you so much for watching Conversations with Jennylyn. Hoping that listening to Sharon and Ayaz, that it may strike a chord in you wherever you are to start something like this, where you can benefit from your labor and also help others, which is what I'm all about, with helping humanity. And I thank you again for watching my show. When a conversation is all you need to be inspired, and I will see you next time. Thank you.
Broadcasting from Silicon Valley, California, this is Conversations with Jennylyn.